Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to another GTA discussion video, and one of those in this series where I'm going to be talking about some news that's newly been announced by Rockstar to do with some updates and outlining what's going to be coming to GTA Online in the next few weeks and months. And I did say that I would start doing these when we actually get some official news by Rockstar, so it's not speculation or anything like that. You always know that when you're watching a video like this from me, it is all something that has been confirmed. And it's all been confirmed from a latest Rockstar Newswire post that I'll put in the link in the a link to it in the description. And it's basically, like I said, outlining what's going to be coming to the game. So I'm going to sort of read a little bit about it, then talk my opinions on it, and then read the next part. So, because there's a few aspects to this. So the first thing is that there's a stunt race event 2017, where obviously they've released 15 new stunt races, which the Rockstar devs have obviously created, and there's double GTA money for it. That's going on right now, and from what people have been saying, these new stunt races aren't too bad. We're actually going to be trying them out on my streams in the next few days, but yeah, that's the first thing that they're going to be focusing on for 2017, and that's happening right now. And then the next part of the newswire is Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit. So the next title update, coming in March, will introduce an all-new style of stunt races specifically designed to the extraordinary abilities of GTA Online special vehicles, the Rocket Voltic, the Ruiner 2000 and the Blazer Aqua. Each set of races will play to the superpowers of its respective vehicles, so expect to launch across massive gaps at rocket-fueled speed in the Rocket Voltic, seamlessly shred through land and sea in the Blazer Aqua, and freefall into vehicular-based jump-style races with the Ruiner 2000. And also creators will get the chance to craft their own races for these vehicles. So basically they're going to be creating special vehicle races. Now the one thing that has been a thing when it comes to these special vehicles, the Rocket Voltic, the Ruiner 2000, the Blazer Aqua in particular, is that they're very, very fun. They're just a lot of fun to mess around with, and now we're actually going to be getting specially designed races for these. And the picture that they put for this has a huge jump with the Rocket Voltics. That is going to be a lot of fun. And the best part about it is that creators will get the chance to use this. This is going to be turned on in the content creator so that we can create special vehicle races based around these three vehicles, the Rocket Voltic, the Blazer Aqua and the Ruiner 2000, to create some very interesting, very special and very unique races, which will hopefully, based on what we've seen from the creator community so far on my YouTube live streams, they're going to be a hell of a lot of fun and some very, very interesting experiences. So that's absolutely great, and that's coming this month as well, at some point in March, so that's fantastic. Also, the next part about it, new game modes and vehicles on the way. It says the wide range of adversary modes continue to be among the most played game types in GTA Online. Yeah, adversary modes, yeah, whatever. I bet they're still not more played than races, but that's just my personal thing. With more to come throughout the spring, including a gallows humour take on dodgeball we call Resurrection, and a nostalgic homage to the 2D era with some explosive twists called Top Down, plus more to be revealed. So basically they're continuing with the adversary modes as they always have done, more coming in the spring, and no doubt they'll just add those in. The way that they're going to go with this, I'll talk about that in a second, because the next part of it is to add to your garage collection, we're bringing some of the most requested classic GTA vehicles by popular demand into GTA Online for the first time, such as the Turismo Classic and the Infernus Classic that first made its appearance on the streets of Liberty City in GTA 3. Wow. I mean, during the 24-hour stream that we did recently, I played through GTA Vice City, and going back on that game and looking at the old style Infernus, the old style Turismo, the cars back on that game in particular brought back so much nostalgia. And we were saying multiple times during that stream and playing that game that imagine we had a Turismo Classic, imagine we had an Infernus Classic. The way that they've worded it in this, it seems like it could be the Liberty City GTA 3 version of the cars, not the Vice City 80s style version of the cars, which I think is a bit of a shame. I would much prefer to have, the Vice City Infernus in GTA Online. But we are getting new vehicles, we're getting new supercars. It also shows a thumbnail, a picture of the ProGen GP1 as well, so that's a brand new car. In addition to obviously the classics that I mentioned, they're going to be bringing brand new cars as well. So there are going to be new cars on the way, and they're going to do exactly the same thing as what they've done for every DLC in recent months, and possibly the whole of last year. I can't really remember, but they're going to have this title update in March. They're going to, this is just my thoughts on it, but it's based on what they've actually been doing. They'll have this title update in March, which will add the special vehicle races with the Rocket Voltic and the Runa 2000 and things like that. They'll add an extra 1 or 2 adversary modes at that time as well on the release date, and they'll add a few of the supercars, probably, you know, the Turismo Classic, the Infernus Classic, maybe the Pro Gen GP1 as well, because they've already announced them. But there will be some stuff held back. There will be vehicles held back, there will be adversary modes held back, there will be all sorts of stuff that will be given to us with the download, but they won't release it straight away, and then in the coming months, over the course of spring, over the next few months, they will start to drip feed us those vehicles and that content week after week after week, because that's what they've been doing with everything so far. It makes it a nightmare for me when it comes to testing videos, and just to point out that when it comes to the testing videos, I do have a better idea of what I'm going to do in terms of update videos going forward, so it will be a lot easier to work out how good a car is in comparison to all the others when it comes to the new class specific videos. But yeah, they're bringing new vehicles, and also when it comes to things like the classic vehicles, the Turismo Classic, the Infernus Classic, and any other classic vehicles that they decide to bring back from other games, they're probably going to do exactly the same thing as what we've seen before with the Elegy Retro Custom, the Comet Retro Custom. Those vehicles, I imagine, it might not be this way, it might be different, because their names are Turismo Classic and Infernus Classic. They're not Turismo Retro or Infernus Retro, but I would imagine that what they'll do is just make you buy a regular Infernus, take it into Benny's and upgrade it that way into an Infernus Classic. Same with the Turismo. That's how I imagine it's going to go, and especially considering, you know, the 2 cars that they've picked out there, the Turismo and the Infernus, those are quite cheap supercars. The Turismo is probably the best bang for your buck in terms of speed over price in the supercars class, maybe short of the Zentorno. And the Infernus is quite a cheap supercar as well in comparison to all the other supercars in the game. So it makes sense that they're taking those cheap vehicles and giving people an incentive to spend more money on them by possibly taking them to Benny's and then making them into a classic retro version of the vehicle. Whether that will be the case, it remains to be seen. You know, there might just be separate vehicles in their own right, but we will see. And that's just the way that they've generally gone with it so far, so that's what I'm expecting, but it might not be the case. And then at the very end of there's a lot of, you know, mess in the newswire about the final time to transfer your character and all this rubbish, and keep the feedback coming, like to listen to it anyway. But at the very end of the newswire, they have a section saying gun running and more coming later this spring and summer. So I imagine that this will take place after they've drip fed us all the content. So after they've ran out of all the content and all the brand new vehicles that they're going to add with this March update, they'll give us them week after week after week, really spread it out, drip feed us what they've got, and then once that's over, we'll get a brand new download which will contain what they're about to describe here. And it says, stock up and bunker down as you take on the craziest militias across the state of San Andreas in another massive update for GTA Online. Featuring brand new weaponized vehicles and exciting new missions, get ready to fight for supremacy in the illegal arms trade and wage war with the latest in high-powered military hardware. So that's basically, it says later this spring and summer, so I would imagine that's going to be a few months down the line. And like I said, once we've got rid of all the content that they're going to be giving us with this latest update in March. But yeah, it's showing that there is still life in GTA. It's clearly making them a ton of money when it comes to shark card sales and all that kind of stuff. So they're not just going to give up on it. Whether it will be quite as in-depth as what we've seen from the latest updates when it comes to the import-export stuff, or the executive officers or bikers, it remains to be seen. I'm not necessarily sure that will be the case, but we're certainly going to be getting new vehicles and new experiences, and hopefully that they add these things to the creator, because that's really where the longevity of the game lies. But what we know for sure is that at some point in March, at some point this month, we are going to get a title update which is going to give us stunt races with the special vehicles, the Blazer Aqua, the Ruiner 2000 and the Rocket Voltic. We're going to get special races that Rockstar have created that utilize those vehicles, and we're also going to be allowed to use them in the creator to create our own races with those 3 special vehicles. That's what we're absolutely definitely going to get in March. Everything else may come later on, but it is going to be within the next few months. So, you know, spring, summer, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to quickly go over it and have a bit of discussion on it, give my thoughts. Obviously, let me know all your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm very excited to try out these cars, test them all out, and obviously we'll see how they do in terms of performance. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.